the results. The difference between him and Carlo, he really unloaded on the rack. Carlo didn't really put as much into it.
You do that every time, Jeremy, and your best friend is the bank manager.
Man, I don't know if he can hold the cue ball here for the purple in the side. Yeah, it looked like to me he had to really move the cue ball some. He wants that to slow down. He doesn't want to get steep on the purple. No, he's going to be just fine. A little lighter on the draw stroke than he wanted there. Another 3 or 4 inches really makes this a piece of cake. And look at Dennis Akullo with a combination to get to the semifinals over Maximilian Lechner.
Yeah, the Austrian goes out. Akullo wins 11-7, so he will supply the opposition for Aloysius Schaap in the last 4.
Naoyuki wins the 3rd rack.
That was a rapid rack from Naoyuki, thanks to the forcefulness and the effectiveness of his break-off.
And that's how nice it is. I think he's left a small piece of the 3-ball. I'm kind of looking down the barrel of the table right here. The screen kind of fooled me, but it's so tough that I always elect him to kick at the ball anyways. Great hit as long as he doesn't scratch.
Stroke.
Wow.
Ball in hand.
Always that danger on that particular type of shot. Still has to consider himself unlucky, mind you.
And I'll tell you, if he hits it correct, medium speed, he could slide the cue ball back by the 8 for a little bit of safety as well. It's got to come 2 rails. Maybe has to draw it a hair. Yeah, that's what. Oh, look at that. That's a great view. There we go.
Naoyuki loving life, loving that shot. Off a couple of rails, and Jeremy Jones spied what he would do. Well, 2 of the 3 racks he's won. He's done so in spectacular fashion. The first one, potting 4 balls off the break. And there, that 1-9 combination with double contact on cushions beforehand. He's got this reputation, quite rightly, for being a laugh a minute.
Well, that little footage there has a lot to do with why Fedor does so well, though. You know, kind of shakes that miss off, appreciates the moment, and then he'll get back to business when he gets a chance. But that's the real question: when will that be? Oh my! Just as soon as I open my mouth. That's the one thing when you're really going to unload. A little miss hit really offers the cue ball to get lost in one of those sides. So we'll see what kind of damage, of course, Fedor can do, not only in this rack, but he's hoping future racks.
Come December the 25th, this is the kind of layout that Santa brings to well-behaved young pool players.
He's got to roll forward, I think, and take the 8 in the side.
There's something about this shot that says to me, train your eyes on it. I think this could be vital either way, and I'm not entirely convinced it's going to find the target. I had little faith. It was misplaced right into the heart of the pocket, although still work to do.
Yeah, plenty, and a much more confident stroke there than I saw on the 6. I was really, really shocked that he didn't try to get more out of the cue ball. Once we saw there was a little angle on the 6, but This shot here is definitely a type that can be missed. He's got to power the cue ball around 3 rails into a small side pocket with the 8. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, what a fluke that was. Jeez, he caught the point and it slid straight down the rail in the corner.
A fluked 8-ball, all crushing for Oy. For a nanosecond, embarrassing for Gorst, but he's over it now.
Yeah, and over the 9 he is. He's got to let that go.
Fedor Gorst wins the rack.
Have we seen a big turning point there? Lady Luck came down and anointed Fedor Gorst. The difference between 4-4 and 5-3. He can afford to laugh. I think Naoyuki might want to cry.
Yeah, always seen it all before. Watch this just jet into the corner. Wow. And that all started with that poorly struck 4-ball getting on the 6. He got a little out of line on the 6.
He's such a popular figure, Naoyuki. I think he's got the bulk of the support.
Extension, please.
On table 2, by the way, it's now 4-2 for Johan Chur over Carlo Biardo. It was 4-1. Biardo has just won rack 6.
Well, one unique thing about our sport is a lot of the amateur players and fans can get next to our top players and get to know them a little bit more than you'd see in other sports. And not only is it always so fun to watch at the table, and then after winning matches it gets only better, but sure is one heck of a nice guy as well, just like the guy at the table. And that's kind of why I was wondering about the bank he played on the 1 with the light speed. He's got to know if he doesn't make it and he lets Oy see the 1, that he's going to have the worst of it.
Foul stroke, illegal contact, ball in hand.
We'll get a look here at the 6-ball. That looks like maybe
Start the
the
clock,
only
please.
concern. It doesn't go in the lower right, I don't think. We'll see if it goes in the lower left, and Oy's not really taking much time to look at it, so I'm guessing, yeah, it's pretty open. To get to this point, you know, that had to be a high rate for any of these players. First things first, talk about the great game of American pool. It's about pocketing the ball. Everything else comes afterwards, and back to that faster pace, which I think is going to bode well for him. Saw the last rack get a little hairy with a little, maybe thinking a little too much.
There's no doubt about it. He's picked up the pace. I noticed it against Sanchez Ruiz earlier on. I think he was in the 7th rack. He was literally bouncing around the table, knocking them in with almost total abandon.
Yeah, we lost both Spaniards in the last round, and hats off to those guys, always down in there, it seems like. And Oy back to 2 games. You know, these types of events, of course, there's more coming with matchroom pool and just everything that's going on in pool, but just the element of the event alone creates a little pressure along with that U.S. Open title. I think the paycheck is just kind of like a bonus for these guys. Don't get me wrong, it's nice money. It's maybe some of them the biggest purse they'll ever win. But really, that trophy and saying you're a U.S. Open champion can't explain what that means.
Well, we talk about him all the time as being a great character, and that is true. In this match, he's showing great character in another sense. The gap is 3 once more, and the quizzical look on Fedor Gorst's face, that's all about the break-off. There's a natural exuberance about him.
Yeah, another shot that he really excels at, a full hit on the long shots. Oh my.
After what we've been saying, we can't say he rushed it because that's the pace he's been playing at, but that's one that's got away and one that could haunt him.
No, he's left it long and tough. don't think Fedor should go for this myself. I try to put him on the back of the 5-6 right here, banking the 2 off the top rail, back down, going to the left side rail with the cue ball. And then it looks natural to come 2 rails back at the 5-6. Looks like he's going for the pocket. Oh, great stroke. This is going to get down below the 3, it looks like, and very difficult. Oh no, behind the 9, even worse. Well, now we'll get to see what most know him for with the jump cue. Don't bet against him in this spot here, Phil. He's a big favorite to make this. Did he get an angle for the side pocket to shove the cue ball up at the 5-6 here and maybe run these balls? He may end up getting a 4-9 combination, that being Fedor. Well, it looks like maybe he's not putting him behind the 5-6. He's got to be, right? Yeah, just like that. I thought the 4 would have a little more pace coming down the table, but very difficult kick shot now for Oy, and one that he can't put a whole lot of pace on. He's got to come 2 rails, it looks like, kind of right before the side, maybe half a diamond before the side, something like that. What he looked at is, should I retie the 5-6 up and give up ball in hand here? This is one that usually comes short. Ooh. Wow.
Foul stroke, illegal contact, ball in hand. And start the clock, please.
You can feel the tension.
Extension, please.
Taking his extension on the 9 ball. Is this advisable? Doesn't want to break his own rhythm. The stroke wasn't exactly smooth, but the result was what he desired. Incredible stuff from Naoyuki Oy. A dry break from Fedor Gorst, and then the Japanese player pounced. Anything's missable. Anything is missable still. The shoulder was dipped. The nerves were there. But now he's a 9 ball away from being in the last 4 of the US Open. Oy, the pressure here is no joke.
Yeah. Routine in the practice session. Not so much in the US Open.
Japan celebrates. Fedor Gorst, 2 years removed from being the world 9-ball champion, is vanquished. And here he goes, putting on the show. He did so on the table, now he's doing so with his celebrations. It's always good to see Naoyuki Oy have a deep run into a tournament.
Me mind cutting, more fighting. I get to win. Believe, get to win there. Yeah! My name is Naoyuki Oy from Japan. 変なおじさんだから変なおじさん変なおじさんだから変なおじさん